Trump's not ending their control over the educational system. He's changing the name. This is what they do. They say they're going to end something, but actually they just changed the name. Everybody thinks it's ended, and it really hasn't. They're manipulators. They know how to manipulate the public with word games, word magic. They use magical words. It sounds good. All those are against this and that. And then get you go, well, he's for this. He's going to do this, so I like him. Well, he's going to do this. It's going to bring us into the beast system. He's going to bring us into the beast system. He has no powers. Trump, the president, cannot make laws. I believe it's Article 1, Section 1. Only Congress has all the power to create law. President has no power to make any laws. Executive orders are not law. Unless Congress passes an executive order with the president and the executive branch into law. None of it's being passed into law. You can't prove that the executive branch or Congress passed it into law without going through the rest. You can't prove it until you can prove me wrong. I'm not wrong. Trump has no powers. Trump's just doing things to keep us from looking at Congress, the true leadership. Congress was put in control over us. If Congress makes laws to control us with, Congress rules over us. That's our leader. That's the one who tells us what we can and cannot do through law. The president has no powers. He's a puppet. He's there as a distraction and for for you to attack instead of going to the main leadership, Congress. Congress is letting all of this happen, and they're not supposed to because they're the leadership. The leader allows things to happen and don't allow things to happen. So if the president can do what he's doing and a lot of things that ain't right that the MAGA people don't like, it's because Congress is letting him do it. And the judges in the Supreme Court's trying to stop him. Or certain ones. But it don't matter. They're all on the same team to try to make each other look good. Oh, he's doing his bad thing, so I'm going to look good and make it look like I'm trying to stop him. But Congress is in control. Congress is the leadership of this country, not the president. Do your research on Congress and the president. Congress is our leadership. Congress is our master, our controller. And then the executive branch is there to help them control us. Yeah, we'll let that law pass through. That gives you control over people that has this and that you say is now illegal and they shouldn't have. Well, if someone shouldn't be, if it's actually a war on drugs, then why aren't they just going into people's homes, taking the drugs and out of everywhere? Marijuana plants, they're going all over the country and confiscating all the marijuana plants. They're not arresting anyone. It's a war on marijuana. It's a war on drugs. We're getting rid of it. And we're not going to bother you or throw you in prison for having it. Chemical drugs, well, if we catch you making the drugs with chemical drugs, we catch you with these chemicals, then yeah, we'll arrest you. But if it's a war on drugs, it should be a war where they confiscate all the drugs all over this country and there's none left anywhere. None. They leave the drugs out there and they go after the people. They control the people that has the drugs. They control the people that has the plants. They control the people. We're going to control you and get you to not be for that. To get you to turn around and be against it. Because we say so. And we're your master. It's a war on people. It's not a war on drugs. It's not a war on alcohol. It's just a war to fill up the prison industrial complex to make money. They're using us. In my belief, they're laundering all this fiat money through us. We're the ones, getting it and all, working for it, and they're taking it out of our checks, and then they're moving it around, and, taxes, file your taxes so we'll know what other money you got, so we get our share out of that from you to pass it around between us. That's what I believe on that point. They're laundering all this money through the American people. All these other countries ain't doing this stuff. It's only happening in America. That bird thingy, makes birds sick and die. Are you seeing different birds all over your yard and all over the street and everywhere else falling down dead of that bird thingy? I'm not seeing it. It's just like when they said about the human thing that people are going to be dropping dead around you. Watch. They were showing people dropping dead in front of people on TV, media. Well, it's all on social media. It's all on TV. So it's true. I haven't seen one person anywhere in public drop and die from that thing they made a big old deal about in 2021 or near the end of 2020. Trump was in all the way to January 21st. He knew what was going on. It was already pre-planned. And he helped usher it in. Warp speed. Dr. Fauci. Yeah, we need warp speed in. We need it in right now. Okay, I'll do it for you, Fauci. And y'all just too blind to see it. Oh. Cops that were sentenced and put in prison for the murder of a man that they harassed and illegally harassed and everything, and that dude took off and they took off after him and they killed him or murdered him. Trump just pardoned them, guilty of murder, and Trump just pardoned them cops because he's a bootlicker. He's right there with Kafar and all these other bootlickers. It's okay. They can murder people. They can murder my mama. They can murder my daddy. They can murder my brother and get away with it. And, because they're cops and I love them. Kiss those boots. They can do no wrong. Well, now that Trump has pretty much a full 4 years. 4 years. If a cop kills your brother, murders your brother in cold blood, and you know who your brother is and know your brother's not like whatever they say he is, or your father or your mother or whatever, make themselves look good, kiss their boots, because that's what you want. You want a dictatorship that has full control and we can't do anything to them. Because that's what you want. You don't want anything bad to happen to any of them that does anything bad to someone that was wrong. Because you don't have the ability to put two and two together and see what's right and wrong. When you look at a cop, just like Trump, you could do no wrong. They can do no wrong. So those of authority can never do anything wrong. They can investigate themselves, their own people. There's no outsiders separate that doesn't love the hell out of them, but doesn't hate them. They're neutral, in the middle, to investigate them and do it the right type of investigation. No, they do it themselves. That's like me. If I get a group of people together and we go commit a crime, and then we tell them, oh, we'll investigate ourselves, and then we'll get back to you and see if we were in the wrong. Same thing. It's what the mafia would do if they could get away with it back in the day. Oh, we'll investigate ourselves, go to the head leader of the mafia. Well, I'll investigate them myself, and then I'll get back to you and let you know if I believe that one of mine was in the wrong. So you can run them through the justice system and prosecute them and put them in prison. Or worse. What's called worse. You know, taken out of this life. Leaders can never do any wrong when they get the stupid peasants to just look up to them, bow down to them, and let them do what they want. These people have learned how to manipulate the peasants, the slaves, for thousands of years. That's what you don't get. All the past up to now, the ones from now knows everything of those that learned. And they read the books, they teach them to their own, and they get it in them of how to speak to other people that ain't like them. They speak differently to us than they speak to each other. They have their own language, and we have ours. There's the language of the justice system, and then there's our language, regular, just public citizens. People, you have corporate language, and then you have regular man language, human language, natural language. That's why their language, when you read their stuff and then you see certain words in capital letters, that's a different language. Why are they putting chief as a capitalized if they're not screaming it, chief? Oh, blah, 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 chief, blah, 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 insurance, blah, 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 blah. They're not saying something and then putting insurance or chief in all capital letters to put an emphasis on it. So you see it, you notice it. There's only two ways capitalization is seen. As an emphasis to where you're trying to get people to read it when you put all your words in all caps with a period, not with an exclamation point, or not with one or more, like you're screaming it. Y'all forgot how the English language works. They taught you in school what about just only natural words are spelt one capital letter and then the rest lowercase if it's at the beginning of something or somebody's name or the name of a business. But really all businesses are in all capital letters. Look at the business names. They're in all capital letters. Well, look at the name on your driver license, ID, credit card, debit card, all capital letters. You're a legal person under legality. So when you accept them calling you a legal person, or you allow them to see you as a legal person under legality, that's nowhere in the Constitution, nowhere in the Declaration of Independence, nowhere in anything. It's just popped up all of a sudden. Color of law is what they call it. Legality with legal and illegal is color of law. I wish y'all would look it up and educate yourself. What does color of law mean? It tells you straight up. And then look up the definition of presumption and assumption, because those two words are in the description of what color of law is. They have the presumption to assume that they have authority over us. And y'all can't see that. You won't let it sink into your mind. You don't want to know the truth. You want to believe what you already believe, and that's it. You know, there are things out there that, that can work two ways. Okay, I see this. Well, it can work this way, and there's no facts that it's just this way. Instead of it maybe being this way, because it could work this way too. Well, I'm just going to believe this other way, and that's all there is to it. I'm not going to have an open mind and go, well, if it can happen either way, well, then I can't make a complete decision on which way I want to go. I have to keep an open mind to be up in the air, because it can go either way. People just want to sit there, oh, Trump could be this, the good guy, or Trump could be that bad guy. I'm not going to keep an open mind and watch what's going on while I'm listening to what he's saying. Because that's all hearsay. You hear him say something, but it may not be the truth. So he could be good or he could be bad, but you're going to go straight to, he's just good, he can't do no wrong. And that's the way it is.